Good morning and happy Sunday to you. I would like to insist on this note of gratitude to God. I will sing unto the Lord a joyful song. I will praise his name, for the Lord is good. I will sing unto the Lord a joyful song. I will praise his name, for the Lord is good. I will sing unto the Lord a joyful song. I will praise his name, for the Lord is good. Why must I sing unto the Lord? I will sing unto the Lord because he gave me the grace to remain his priest for 27 years last Friday. Thank you. It is not about me. It is about the grace of God. And it is about the grace that God gave me by guiding me to make that choice so many years ago to become a priest of God. It is all about God. And it is all about his grace at work in me. And as I think about my journey in the priesthood for the past 27 years, I think about the many circumstances that made me decide or choose at every point what God wanted me to do instead of what I wanted to do. Today's liturgy, on this 17th Sunday in Ordinary Time, all the readings, particularly the first and the last, deal with choices, making choices in life. So, as I look at the readings today, I remember the choices I have made in these years under the guidance of God's wisdom. So today I want to ask a very simple question. How many of us in church right now find it difficult to make choices? How many of us have had situations that have made us struggle with the right decision to be made? How many? Or is there anyone in church this morning who has never struggled with making a choice or making a decision? If there is, I would like to speak with that person after Mass. I would like to learn from him or her how not to struggle with making decisions or choices. Today, the collect opened up this conversation or this reflection on choices with a prayer we said at the beginning of the Mass. We turned to God and said, as our ruler and our guide, may he help us to choose to use the goods of this world in such a way as to hold fast to the goods that endure forever. That was the key, the interpretative key for understanding today's celebrations. That as we go through life and as we make choices, may we never lose sight of those gifts that endure forever. In the first reading of today, King Solomon was given that opportunity to make a choice. Ask me anything you want. And what did he do? He asked for wisdom. He made a choice to ask for wisdom. And because he made a wonderful choice, God also added something extra to that decision or to that choice. Probably if you get back home, I will invite you to read the whole of 1 Kings chapter 3. And to drive home this message of making choices, Jesus in the gospel of today gives us the parable of the man or the person who finds something of great treasure. He hides it, makes the choice to sell everything he or she possesses to come back to possess this treasure. There has to be a choice. There has to be a decision to choose wisely. Years ago, when I was working back in Nigeria as the vice rector of one of the largest seminaries in West Africa, the Seed of Wisdom Major Seminary, Owerri, every year, between the months of May and June, the greatest challenge I had in my office as a vice rector was to counsel seminarians in the choices they are making to remain or to leave, to guide them to make the right choices, or those who come up to me to ask whether they will continue or not. And most of the time, the attractions, the allurements that come from outside the seminary push these young men to also make choices. And so it happens in every vocation in life, in priesthood, in married life, in business, in school, all through what we do, we find ourselves making choices every time. But the greatest choice you and I will make is the choice of the beatific vision. And that is the greatest treasure every child of God can ever dream of or desire. For those who still remember our penny catechism, the question goes, why did God create us? Why did God make us? 4 reasons. God made us to do what? To know Him, to love Him, to serve Him, and then to be with Him afterwards. If at any point in time in our lives, the choices we make don't fall into these 4 categories, then we need to revisit those choices. The choices we make, do they allow us to know God? Do they allow us to love God? Do they allow us to serve God? Will those choices eventually enable us to possess the greatest gift, the beatific vision? That's the greatest treasure. And the man in the parable of today, or the person in the parable, was willing to let go of everything to possess this treasure. And today, in this Mass, I bring all of us to God, asking Him to give us the wisdom we need to be able to make the choice that will help us to know God more, to love Him more, to serve Him more, and eventually to possess the greatest treasure we can ever dream of, the beatific vision, our eternal salvation. Anything outside of this has a huge question mark. And I invite you to think about this deeply. God bless you.